Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Tulsa Regional Chamber Annual Meeting and Inauguration. To sing our national anthem, please welcome Tulsa Opera resident artist Samuel Briggs. Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to the Chamber's 2024 Annual Meeting and Inauguration. Please welcome to the podium the 2023 Chair of the Tulsa Regional Chamber and the Chairman of Vast Bank, Tom Biolkany.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today here at the Cox Business Convention Center. We are excited to have you all be part of this year's annual meeting and inauguration. We're here today to celebrate the accomplishments of 2023, honor some of those who made 2023 so successful, and look forward to what's in store for 2024 and beyond. As you continue to enjoy your lunch, I would like to introduce our head table. Please hold your applause until I introduce everyone. Seated to my immediate right, your left in the back row, Kelly Taylor, General Manager for Oakview Group at BOK Center and the Cox Business Convention Center, today's host sponsor. Deborah J., Chief Financial Officer for St. Francis Health System, a gold sponsor. John Cooper, Partner at Hogan Taylor, a gold sponsor. Libby Ettinger, CEO and Executive Director at Atlas School, formerly Holberton School, a gold sponsor. Jim Langdon, Publisher at Tulsa People, a gold sponsor. Adam Doverspike, Shareholder at Gable Gottwalls, a gold sponsor. Eric Pollack, Vice President of Administration and Finance at the OSU Center of Health Sciences, a gold sponsor. Shonda Fisher, VP of Accounting and Finance at Omni Air International, a gold sponsor. Seated on the front row, beginning on your far left, Cassie Reese-Tipton, Oklahoma Market Leader for CEC Corporation, a gold sponsor. Kelly Weil, Consumer Banking Services Executive at BOK Financial, representing the Bank of Oklahoma, a gold sponsor. Cherokee Nation Deputy Principal Chief Brian Warner, representing Cherokee Nation businesses, a gold sponsor. Dr. Stephen Tiger, Superintendent and CEO of Tulsa Tech, a gold sponsor. Carrie Schultz, VP of Advancement and President of TCC Foundation, representing Tulsa Community College, today's networking hour sponsor. Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum. Mike Neal, President and CEO of the Tulsa Regional Chamber. Jennifer Jessick, Vice President and Oklahoma Division Manager for VSC Fire and Security and incoming 2024 Chair of the Tulsa Regional Chamber. Seated to my immediate left, your right on the front row, Kevin Gross, 2022 Chair of the Tulsa Regional Chamber and President and CEO of Hillcrest Healthcare System, a corporate table sponsor. Bill Knight, 2025 Tulsa Regional Chamber Chair and President of Bill Knight Automotive Group, a gold sponsor. Osage Nation First Lady, Julie Standing Bear. Tulsa County Commissioner Stan Salee. Tulsa City Councilor Jeannie Q. Lyndon Taylor, Executive VP, Chief Legal Counsel and Assistant Secretary of One Oak, a gold sponsor. Tim Lyons, President and CEO of TTCU Federal Credit Union, a gold sponsor. Roger Ramsayer, Vice President and Market Leader of Cox Communications, a gold sponsor. Mike Cromie, President of Luxa Enterprises, a gold sponsor. Seated on the back row, beginning on your far right, Scott Vandergriff, Board Chair at Tulsa Zoo Management, a gold sponsor. Robbie Hollingsworth, Senior Director of Operations at Aristocrat Gaming, a gold sponsor. Gip Gibson, Tulsa Market President of Commerce Bank, a gold sponsor. Ryan Forsythe, Senior Director of Finance at Verizon, a gold sponsor. David Wagner, Partner and Chief Financial Officer at Shinaki Turnbow Frank, a gold sponsor. Jason Burks, owner of Retrospect Films, a gold sponsor. Elizabeth Connor, Marketing Specialist at the Tulsa World Media Company, a gold sponsor. Fred Dorwart, founding member of Frederick Dorwart Lawyers, a gold sponsor. And Kevin Frankenberger, account executive at TES Productions, today's AV sponsor. In addition to these sponsors seated at the head table, we owe a special thanks to D&L Oil Tools, a gold sponsor. And thank you to each of our silver and corporate table sponsors, which are all listed on the back of your programs. Please join me in thanking all of our sponsors for their gracious support. We have some distinguished guests in our audience today. If you are an elected official, please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you all for being here. Now, we would like to ask our past board chairs in attendance today to stand and be recognized. Thank you for all your service to the Chamber and to our community. We lost two former Chamber chairs this past year, Tom Hughes, who was the Chamber Chair in 1982, and Steve Turnbow, who was the Chair in 2006. Both will be greatly missed. We would like all who served on our 2023 Board of Directors, including those who are retiring from board service, to stand and be recognized for your generous contribution of time and resources. Thank you all. We also need to acknowledge and thank all who are serving on the Chamber's 2024 Executive Committee and Board of Directors. Please give them a round of applause. Last but not least, I want to recognize the Chamber's Board of Advisors, which include 211 of the Chamber's top investors and represents 63% of the Chamber's membership revenue. We thank our Board of Advisor members for their commitment to our organization, their attendance at our programs, and their engagement in crucial strategic discussions and volunteer leadership. We rely on their counsel during the Chamber's One Voice advocacy process, in our small group discussions, and joint board meetings, and at key events such as our annual DC fly-in and intercity visit. They make our region voice stronger, more diverse, and more inclusive. Board of Advisors, please stand so we can thank you for your ongoing support of the Chamber's mission to increase regional economic prosperity. Without a doubt, 2023 was a significant year, and for a number of reasons. From economic development and tourism to government affairs and community development, the Tulsa region and the Tulsa Regional Chamber had much to celebrate this past year. Take a look.
If 2023 is any indication, Northeast Oklahoma is on a roll. From historic economic development wins to record-breaking levels of tourism, 2023 was a year worth celebrating. Tulsa's future is the Regional Economic Development Partnership led by the Tulsa Regional Chamber. In 2023, Tulsa's future continued to accelerate job growth and capital investment. Existing employers such as Roxtec, Aon, and Lufthansa Technik increased their presence by adding locations and expanding operations. New employers, including CompuLink Corporation, Laundress, WindShape, and Explio, chose to bring their companies to the Tulsa region. And an Italy-based clean energy company decided to invest more than $1 billion to build one of the largest solar cell and panel manufacturing plants in the nation. That is the biggest economic development project in state history, which might be one reason why the Chamber was awarded the International Economic Development Council's highest honor in 2023, Economic Development Organization of the Year. Tourism also continued its momentum with the 2022-2023 fiscal year, bringing in more than $4 million in lodging tax revenue for Tulsa. Visit Tulsa's first ever standalone visitor center, opened in front of Mother Road Market on historic Route 66. The 2023 NCAA Division I Wrestling Championship generated a total economic impact estimated at $16.5 million. Add in the USA Taekwondo team trials and Pan America Games, the USA Gymnastics Championship, and being named Best Run Course in the Global Ironman Athletes' Choice Awards. And it's clear why Tulsa was named Sports Commission of the Year. The Tulsa Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomed the largest new equine event in Tulsa, the National Reining Breeders' Classic. The CVB also brought the nation's fastest growing motorcycle rally, the Black Wall Street Rally, back to Greenwood for a second year. The CVB also hosted Oklahoma FFA, the state's largest annual gathering, for year 2 of a 5-year contract. The Tulsa Office of Film, Music, Arts, and Culture, Tulsa FMAC, partnered with local organizations to host the Tulsa House, which showcased Tulsa's creative tech and innovation ecosystems at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin. Tulsa FMAC supported 33 film and television projects, which included 376 production days, nearly $21 million in local spending, and jobs for 184 local crew members. Speaking of films, director Martin Scorsese filmed an Oklahoma epic, Killers of the Flower Moon, brought worldwide attention to the state. Tulsa FMAC also spearheaded the 3rd official Tulsa Music Month, which takes place every July, and hosted the first ever networking happy hour for 250 members of Tulsa's music industry at the historic Cain's Ballroom. The regional tourism team also led community dialogues around the urgent need for a convention center hotel in Tulsa. During 2023, the Tulsa region continued to invest in itself. The Tulsa Regional Chamber led the campaign on behalf of Improve Our Tulsa 3, an $814 million capital improvements package approved by voters. Beyond continued infrastructure progress for Tulsa residents, this package also funds improvements to the Tulsa Zoo, Cox Business Convention Center, Tulsa Performing Arts Center, and the BOK Center. It also makes a sizable investment in housing for the city. Also in 2023, additional funding was announced for Tulsa's new downtown Veterans Affairs Hospital, a longtime chamber priority. Senate Bill 5 509, which creates the Oklahoma Civil Rights Trail, was signed into law, paving the way for continued exploration and sharing of Oklahoma's history. The Chamber partnered with Tulsa County's two major political parties and the election board to create the Adopt a Precinct initiative, which encourages businesses to allow their employees paid leave while serving as much-needed poll workers. The Chamber also dedicated significant energy in 2023 to increasing opportunity within the community. The third annual Tulsa's Next Gen Talent Externship Experience connected more than 30 Black high school juniors and seniors with local employers for career exploration and professional development. TypeRose, the Young Professionals program housed at the Chamber, hosted its third year of 918 Lead, the nonpartisan boot camp that prepares young Tulsans to run for elected office. Community and business leaders shared their expertise with young professionals at the annual TypeRose All-Access Networking event. The Tulsa Supplier Diversity Alliance, an initiative of the Chamber's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, brought together supply chain and other purchasing professionals to diversify vendor networks and usage. As your partner in prosperity, the Tulsa Regional Chamber looks back proudly at all the Tulsa region collaboratively accomplished during 2023. There's every reason to expect that progress in the areas of job growth, tourism, and community building will continue. Looking back at 2023, the Tulsa region is on a roll, and we're not done yet. The ongoing investment of Chamber members helps make progress possible. And with continued commitment, the Tulsa region will roll toward an even more prosperous future.
As that video makes clear, our region has much to be proud of. As chair for the Tulsa Regional Chamber in 2023, I had the good fortune to have a front row seat for many of these accomplishments. At this event last year, I spoke about a number of issues important to our region, including homelessness and affordable housing. In the months following, I was honored to serve on Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum's Housing, Homelessness, and Mental Health 3H Task Force. Last August, that task force generated 9 action steps designed to maintain safe public spaces and increase the number of quality, affordable places to live. Since then, significant progress has been made. For example, funding has been secured for emergency temporary housing to assist with priority housing placement and to expand animal accommodations. More remains to be done, of course, but thanks to the work of the city council, nonprofit partners, and the business community, our region is moving in the right direction. When I reflect on the year that was 2023, I must offer my greatest thanks to my wife, Jess, for her unwavering support. Thank you as well to my colleagues within Vast Bank. I am honored and humbled every single day to work alongside these dedicated professionals, all of whom I consider friends, and I want to thank them for their work while I serve the Chamber. As a result of their efforts, in 2024, Vast Bank looks to realize its best financial performance in its 40-year history. Vast Bank will proudly continue to serve businesses in Northeast Oklahoma for years to come. Thank you, Vast team. In my speech last year, I told you all that the world was taking notice of Tulsa. Here's a great example. Greg Kidd, an innovative and successful business leader in the Silicon Valley technology space, noticed Tulsa and the tech hub that it is becoming. He was so impressed that he has partnered with and will be investing in Vast Bank. I attribute this partnership to the work of the city, the philanthropic community, and the Tulsa Regional Chamber during the past decade. Tulsa has become a hub of innovation and creative thinking. Greg Kidd noticed and now is investing in the best city in the world. It has been my privilege to work closely with the tireless Chamber staff these past few years, and especially throughout 2023. They are the very best at what they do, one and all. Speaking of which, as noted in the recap video, the Chamber was named the Economic Development Organization of the Year by the International Economic Development Council in 2023. The IEDC is the largest association for professional economic developers in the world. IEDC recognizes organizations that demonstrate long-term strategic planning and significant community impact and innovation. They consider the work of the Tulsa Future Regional Economic Development Partnership to be the best in the world. A workforce talent initiative of the Tulsa Regional Chamber was also recognized as one of the best in the world by IEDC. Tulsa's Next Gen Talent, a program of Tulsa's Future Partnership, is a growth and talent retention initiative designed to increase economic mobility and development for diverse talent in the Tulsa region through externships. Tulsa's Next Gen Talent was honored with an Excellence in Economic Development Award in the Talent Development and Retention category. The Chamber's work in tourism was also honored in 2023. As mentioned in the recap video, the Chamber housed Tulsa Sports Commission was named Sports Commission of the Year by Sports ETA, which is a trade association for sport events and tourism industry. Sports ETA also honored the Tulsa Sports Commission for the Event Marketing Campaign of the Year for promotion of wrestling in Tulsa. Awards like this recognize that Tulsa is a world-class sports destination with state-of-the-art facilities and attractions, and that our community embraces events from a wide variety of sports. Beyond accolades and awards, the Tulsa Regional Chamber holds a number of distinctions. These include 5-star accreditation through the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, accredited economic development organization through IEDC, accredited destination marketing organization, that's Visit Tulsa, through Destinations International, and Tulsa Sports Commission is accredited through Sports ETA. The Chamber also houses the Tulsa Office of Film, Music, Arts, and Culture, that's Tulsa's FMAC, which is Oklahoma's only city film commission accredited through the Association of Film Commissioners International. Of course, none of these accreditations and none of the successes achieved during 2023 would be possible without our strong ongoing partnerships among the Chamber, its members, its investors, its region, and its tribal partners. Thank you to everyone who contributed so much during this past year to move us forward as a city and as a region. It has been my honor to serve as Chamber Chair, and I look forward to continuing our good work in the years ahead. And on that note, there are some outstanding individuals who deserve special recognition at this time. The great projects and successes we are celebrating today would not have been possible without them. They are the Tulsa Regional Chamber's Partners of the Year. I will now announce each of this year's honorees. I'll ask Chamber President and CEO Mike Neal to join me on stage to hand out the awards. First up, Economic Development Partner of the Year. This year's honoree is Garrett Wright and Public Service Company of Oklahoma. Not just in 2023, but consistently during the past 2 years, Garrett has been a supporting economic development partner in attending chamber marketing trips to advocate for Tulsa's region as a great place to do business. Garrett has also been instrumental in helping the chamber bring in site consultants to introduce them to our city and surrounding communities. Garrett was one of the first people who met with 3 Sun USA and was a crucial part of why our region landed the largest economic development deal in state history.
The Chamber's job in economic development is helping get the Tulsa region on the market for site selectors and companies for new attraction projects and expansion projects. Economic development is an extremely competitive field. You have thousands of communities who are trying to get on the radar of companies and site selectors on a daily basis. And the Chamber's doing an excellent job of making sure that the region is on the radar for companies for new attraction projects and expansion projects. That way, when a company has an investment decision they need to make, the Tulsa region is on top of their mind of site selectors and companies. Getting on the radar for companies can be challenging, but the work that the Tulsa Chamber is doing to make sure that we get in front of companies on a regular basis, whether that's getting to California in front of companies, going to Chicago in front of companies, or Greenville, or many other locations that we go with our partners at the Tulsa Chamber and our Department of Commerce, is making sure that we're able to showcase the assets we have. Tulsa has a lot to be excited for in the economic development space in the next decade. Really, there's two things that I think we should focus on and are most interesting, and I think in my perspective. Number one is going to be the advanced mobility sector and what Tulsa and many partners are doing across the region to lead that industry for our region. The second would be energy. Not only from PSO's perspective, but many other players are advancing the energy sector, not only for our state, but the entire nation, and they're based right here in the Tulsa region. Those are two key sectors that I think the Tulsa region will be a leader in for the next decade.
Congratulations and thank you to Garrett, Wright, and PSO. Next up, Regional Tourism Partner of the Year. This year's honoree is Brian Pascal and the Lobeck-Taylor Family Foundation. Brian and the Lobeck-Taylor Family Foundation have been instrumental in Visit Tulsa's experience on Route 66. As our city prepares for the upcoming Route 66 centennial, placemaking has become a priority on the Mother Road. Visit Tulsa wanted to deliver a unique and personal experience for our visitors, and Brian collaborated with the Chamber's team to bring the new Visitors Center to life. Brian helped visualize the right space, one that would help create a curated itinerary experience. Brian and Visit Tulsa worked closely together to tell the Tulsa story, and he has been a great support and cheerleader for Tulsa tourism.
I think Tulsans in our community know that we have a great city and we have a great region and we have a great story to tell. And that's what tourism does. So when you're thinking about tourism and ways to market and differentiate your community and space, we're just incredibly fortunate to have Route 66 coming straight through Tulsa and all throughout Oklahoma. It really is an asset that most states don't have the ability to tap into. To me, it is the epicenter of a sound and robust economic development strategy. I think this idea of consuming opportunities or food or one-of-a-kind experiences versus tangible things definitely is something that has increased since the pandemic. And thankfully, to Tulsans a decade ago and longer, we were laying the groundwork to provide those experiences. And so really, whether you're a traveler coming through and only go once, your experience that day is unique. We really are primed to have an opportunity to showcase what Tulsa, the region, and the state has to offer on a global scale. And the idea that myself and our team gets to be a critical chapter in that story for those entrepreneurs, that keeps you going for a long time.
Congratulations, and thank you to Brian Pascal for all he did in support of the regional tourism this past year. Our next award is for Government Affairs Partner of the Year, and the honorees are the Improve Our Tulsa 3 campaign leaders, Gordy Guest, Cassie Reese-Tipton, and John Smoligo. Last August, City of Tulsa voters went to the polls to overwhelmingly pass a renewal of the Improve Our Tulsa capital improvements package. The $814 million package will continue the momentum in Tulsa through improvements to streets and infrastructure, as well as a number of exciting community investments. But prior to the citywide vote coming to fruition, there was a team of devoted business leaders working behind the scenes to ensure Tulsa residents were educated about what was in the package and how it would benefit the city. Campaign Committee Chair Gordy Guest and fundraising co-chairs Cassie Reeve-Tipton and John Smoligo devoted a monumental amount of time to ensure a successful yes vote for Improve Our Tulsa. These 3 campaign leaders volunteered their time and influence to ensure this successful outcome for our entire city.
Improve Our Tulsa is, and probably always will basically be, our infrastructure and the nuts and bolts of running a city.
As much as anything, it was really about maintaining some momentum and not losing the traction that we have and making Tulsa a world-class city.
The housing aspect of this package, the fact that Tulsa is taking a proactive approach to addressing this issue that's affecting communities across the country, I think is really important for what Tulsa is about and a way to make our community more livable for more people.
The people understand what it takes to run the city for these types of items. Doesn't take much education. They really get it. They want to support it. They come out in high percentages.
It was focused on really physical assets, but the impacts are really far-reaching. It was really about a confidence builder and a statement that we're willing to invest in the community.
It is an opportunity for business leaders who, quite frankly, are opinion leaders throughout our community to weigh in and show support for a community that they need to be engaged and confident and proud of their city.
This is a great place to live because of the people that are here and how much they care about each other, how much they care about creating an environment that's good for their family, their community, the organizations that they're involved in, and that the heart of the city is just a bunch of really good people.
The Tulsa Chamber was really the foundation of this entire campaign. Their staff is just top-notch and really did all the heavy lifting. They made all of us look like we were the ones doing the work, but without them, we couldn't have had the flexibility and the additional resources to come together to make it happen.
John Smalago could not be with us today, so accepting the award on his behalf is Sally Singer, Executive Vice President of Associated Builders and Contractors of Oklahoma. Congratulations and thank you to Gordy, Cassie, and John for all they did during 2023. Next up, Community Development Partner of the Year. This year's honoree is Brandon Oldham, a senior program officer on the Vibrant and Inclusive Tulsa team at the George Kaiser Family Foundation. The main barrier to productive ecosystem building and community development is silos. Brandon is a leader who breaks down silos by intentionally and strategically connecting organizations whose missions align with community vision and project outcomes.
In my mind, when I think of community development, I think of centering the people who call a place home and making sure that any of the things that happen in that area have them centered, have their voices centered, but also make sure that they have the agency to be a part of that process and to be a part of carrying out what it looks like to implement said process. I am extremely honored at the idea of being recognized as someone who lives that out on a day-to-day, because in my mind, I think there's no greater gift that we can give to Tulsa than to show how we did something and then allow people to be inspired and aspire to do better. We have an opportunity here in Tulsa to make sure that we not only acknowledge all of the pieces that we're doing absolutely correct and going to be extremely good at, but also show people what our challenges are. And I've been inspired at the way that we share those openly and invite people to help us turn those into strengths. I think working with the Tulsa Regional Chamber to bring that vision to life is absolutely pivotal. I am one of those people who lean on the proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Because there's not one definition of a Tulsan. And so I think as we lean into the variety of definitions of what it means for someone to be a Tulsan, that we have to collaborate in order to honor those. And I think the Chamber does a phenomenal job at making seats. I think of the great poet Langston Hughes when he says, "I too am America," and how we lean in and recognize that everyone in their perspectives are too Tulsans.
Thank you, Brandon, for all he does on behalf of our community. Our next award is for Resource Development Partner of the Year, and the honoree is Tina Parkhill. Tina is being honored for her outstanding leadership of the Tulsa Small Business Connection, a program of the Chamber designed to provide a curated and concierge membership experience for small business owner-operators and chief markets executives. With Tina's help in 2023, the Connection enjoyed member growth, financial sustainability, and increased influence for the Chamber's mission.
I think that the individuals that participate in the Small Business Connection definitely have an advantage. I've had unique opportunities to be visible in places and conversations that I would never be able to have. Working alongside other business leaders that are innovative and have an incredible amount of diversity of thought has helped me and inspired me to think differently about my own business. We are all working in our business, and sometimes it's hard to try to work on the business. And the Connection facilitates that. Typically, we have about 5 meetings a year, and the meetings include an opportunity for each of the members to get to know each other better, talk a little bit about their business. And even though we are all in various industries and aren't alike necessarily in what we do day to day, some of the challenges that we see in our operations are very, very similar. We will bring in legislators. The mayor has spoken with us. The governor has spent time with us. So it gives us a forum to be able to hear some of the things that they're working on at the local and the state level, but also for us to be able to ask pertinent and relevant questions that are important to us in our businesses. And so I think the Connection is a voice for small business. And, you know, it's really through the Chamber that we're able to move the needle for our companies and represent the small business community as a whole.
Thank you again to Tina for all she did as chair of the Tulsa Small Business Connection to help small business owners across our region. Our next award is Regional Partner of the Year. This year's honoree is Chief Jeffrey Standing Bear of the Osage Nation. Chief Standing Bear serves as a pre-production consultant to filmmaker Martin Scorsese with the goal of ensuring an accurate portrayal of the Osage in Killers of the Flower Moon, which was filmed entirely in Oklahoma. The movie generated a direct spend of $127 million into our state's economy and creating more than 470 local crew jobs and renewing interest in the history of the Osage Nation and its people.
I'm Jeffrey Standing Bear, Principal Chief of the Osage Nation. I'm now in my 3rd term serving my people as Principal Chief, so I've been Chief now 10 years. It's about the joy of progress and seeing displays of that, so that brings a whole bunch of emotions. It was important to see Killers of the Flower Moon on the big screen, provided it was a story that portrayed the Osage people as accurately as we could. And that was my role in reaching out to the best partners you could ever have. This relationship with the Tulsa Chamber has been going on before I was elected 10 years ago as Principal Chief. And when I came to the first meetings and listened to all the business people and government people that were there, it became obvious that the best way to do economic development in Northeast Oklahoma for the Osage is to be part of the Tulsa Chamber, Regional Chamber. Everyone has been so nice, so professional. They're so talented and they work hard. They really do. It's not something they just walk in and it's hard work and talent. You can see it, and it's contagious because you have so many different people all working for the same goal, betterment of our lives. So the Tulsa Chamber relationship is important for not only the Osage, but for everybody in Northeast Oklahoma.
Chief Standing Bear could not be with us today, so accepting the award on his behalf is First Lady Julie Standing Bear. Thank you again to the Chief and the entire Osage Nation for all that was done to promote understanding and collaboration in 2023. Our final award for today is the highest honor the Chamber bestows. It is a Lifetime Achievement Award, and it goes to the one and only Jim Norton. Jim is a consummate business leader, having started out at the age of 14 working in parts department at his father's car dealership. He took over that business in 1976 and is now the owner and president of Jim Norton Toyota and Jim Norton Chevrolet. Jim is the epitome of a gentleman and has long represented the auto industry with class and grace. His dealerships have been recognized in the industry for exceptional customer service. Beyond his business accomplishments, Jim is a former longtime Chamber board member who set the standard for engagement through his commitment to attending the Chamber's DC Fly-In, Day at the Capitol, and Capitol Lunches events in Oklahoma City, inter-city visits, legislative delegation breakfasts, and congressional forums. Jim has long served as a strong voice on both behalf of the automobile industry and small to medium-sized businesses in our region. He has always been extremely passionate about Tulsa and excited about the future of our city. Jim has saved the Chamber tens of thousands of dollars annually by providing a new vehicle to the Chamber staff to use for the past 15 years. He continues to be a vocal advocate for the Chamber and this community.
Working with the Chamber has been beneficial to me in a lot of ways, but I'd say as managers, sometimes we have tunnel vision. Sometimes we just work hard and work in our business and don't pay attention to the big picture. And the big picture is that government is very important, and they generally want to know more about your business so they can do their business. Part of being in the Chamber is meeting the leaders, of course, and meeting government leaders, meeting educational leaders. These are things that we have to have in our business to be successful. And when we learn what's going on, then we have a better idea of how to make things happen, such as One Voice. When I was younger, we only had one suburb. That was Brookside. And we've grown. Now we have all these cities around us that are booming suburbs in their own right. And it's made us stronger as a region. We're now able to develop Tulsa, not just as Tulsa, but as a region. And we're more diversified than we've ever been. We've got, certainly have this strong energy companies like we've always had, but we don't have the ups and downs because we have that diversification now. I think the advice I would like to give young people, really, I think the main thing is make sure that you love what you do for work. Find out what you love and do it and stick with it. People, sometimes, me included, don't volunteer for things until they're asked. And, well, I would just say, get involved. Get involved early. There's more to it than just work. Have a balanced life and get involved with the Chamber. It'll be a good thing for you.
Thank you, Jim, for your service to our community and to the Chamber. You exemplify volunteerism in Tulsa, and we appreciate all you have done in business and beyond. Okay, it's now time for me to pass the leadership gavel. The person who will succeed me and serve as the 2024 Chamber Chair is both a trusted business leader and a dedicated community volunteer, Jennifer Jessick. Jennifer Jessick is Vice President and Oklahoma Division Manager for VSC Fire and Security. A proud citizen of the Cherokee Nation, Jennifer is a graduate of Tulsa Community College with an associate degree in business administration and of Langston University with a Bachelor's of Business Administration degree. She was a member of the TCC Foundation Board of Trustees from 2019 until her appointment as a TCC Regent in 2022. In addition to her work with the Tulsa Regional Chamber, Jennifer is the Native American Resource Group Leader for the Associated Builders and Contractors National Inclusion, Equity, and Diversity Committee, as well as past board chair for the Broken Arrow Economic Development Corporation. She is also a past chair for Associated Builders and Contractors of Oklahoma. Jennifer has been recognized as one of the best of TCC, Distinguished Alumni, Security System News Top 20 Under 40, and as a Tulsa Regional Chamber Small Business Connection Lifetime Achievement Award winner. So without any further ado, it is my distinct honor and my privilege to officially pass the leadership gavel and introduce the 2024 Chair of the Tulsa Regional Chamber, Jennifer Jessick.
Wow, there are so many of you out here. This is amazing. Okay, here we go. Tom, thank you for the kind introduction. And good afternoon, everyone. Tom, before you go, I want to honor the work you did this past year on behalf of the Chamber, Tulsa, and our entire region. As we saw in the 2023 recap video, the Tulsa Regional Chamber accomplished a tremendous amount under your leadership, including recruitment of new companies and new jobs to our region, support for record-breaking levels of tourism, and continued progress advancing a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We appreciate this effort. I'm happy to present with you the Chairman's Award as a token of thanks for your leadership and dedication to the Chamber, this city, and all of Northeast Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today as we embark on a journey to unlock the promise of our beloved Tulsa. As the 2024 chair of the Tulsa Regional Chamber, I'm honored to stand before you, driven by a vision of a city and a region that reaches its full potential and becomes a beacon of progress and inclusivity. Tulsa's a part of me. For a decade, I owned York Electronic Systems, a company my parents started back in the 1980s out of my childhood home. The family business was exactly that. It involved all of us. I grew up in and around that company. I learned the value of hard work. I learned the importance of loyalty to those who work hard on your behalf. And I learned you get as much out of it as you put in, so you better push yourself. In 2012, my parents were ready to retire, and I was able to buy York and make it my own. Mom and Dad, thank you. Thank you for putting your trust in me. Thank you for keeping the faith that a woman could lead a construction company successfully in a male-dominated industry. This couldn't have happened without the support of my team, my family, and some amazing colleagues who were willing to open doors and take chances on me. And I got a million hugs from so many of you on my way in here. Then last year, synchronicity occurred, allowing me to make a strategic move through an acquisition by VSC Fire and Security that expands resources, diversifies services, and enhances the way we serve our clients every day. That change is unlocking new promise for me, my team, and our customers. Speaking of my team, we have people here that have been with us since the beginning and some of our new team members, and I'm so proud to work alongside them every day. This is a good time to recognize them. I'd like my York VSC team to stand and be recognized. They hate this part, but I'm so grateful you're here and I love you. Before I move on, indulge me for a moment to introduce my family members who are here today. My parents, Steve and Judy, my brother Trent, my husband Rob, my daughter Emily. My daughter Allie could not be with us today. She graduated from Northeastern State in December and now has a big person job. Yeah? And our daughter Ashley could not be here today because she's home taking care of our first grandchild, who was born January 17th. Yeah. I have to tell you, being a grandmother is the absolute best. You are all such an inspiration to me and a blessing, and I love you. Yay, family. Great things are ahead for our region. Many of you in the audience lead organizations and activities that are making Tulsa an even better place to live, work, and play. But as great as Tulsa is today, opportunities exist to make it even better. That's what I want to talk to you about today and focus on throughout 2024. Ask yourselves, how do we fully unlock Tulsa's tremendous promise and amplify results for our region? As I see it, there are three main keys to unlocking Tulsa's promise: education, engagement, and equity. I want to talk about each of these in turn. First, let's talk about education. We all understand that education is the cornerstone of individual and community success. It's the means to unlock untapped potential and break down barriers. As we look to the future, we must invest in education initiatives that empower our youth, ensuring they have the tools and knowledge needed to shape a brighter tomorrow. Now let me share with you a little bit of my story as an example of how transformative education can be. This may surprise you, but I was never a great student. Like so many young people, I just wasn't excited about sitting in a classroom. I had ambition, strong will, and on top of that, I was really naive. I was anxious to start my life beyond school. While this could have been a disastrous combination, I could hear the words of my parents, and I knew my future was my responsibility. And without education, my options would be limited. Realizing the importance of prioritizing education became a promise I had to fulfill for myself. With the support of my family, great staff, and professors, I earned my associate's degree. As a result, Tulsa Community College is near and dear to my heart. If we're to unlock Tulsa's promise, we must support our local educational institutions. TCC, for example, plays a vital role in shaping the academic landscape of our region. I'm proud to be a member of the TCC Board of Regents, where we are actively working to ensure that education remains accessible to all. Through programs such as Tulsa Achieves, we are opening doors for graduating high school seniors to pursue higher education, breaking down financial barriers, and offering up to 100% coverage for tuition and fees. Go TCC! My parents, I consider myself fortunate to have the career I've had. My parents started a company I was eventually able to manage and own. Not everyone has that kind of opportunity. It's incumbent on those of us who have had success to still help those who are trying to find their way. I also firmly believe in the importance of rallying behind those at the forefront of education, mainly our teachers and administrators who tirelessly strive to guide students towards success. Tulsa Public Schools has faced challenges recently, and in my role as Chamber Chair-elect, I participated in a conversation with TPS Superintendent Dr. Ebony Johnson at a recent board meeting. Dr. Johnson openly discussed both the obstacles and possibilities within our state's largest school district, displaying a genuine passion for her work and a clear dedication to enhancing student outcomes. The key insight I gained from this conversation is that the business community's vocal support is crucial for the district's success. As Dr. Johnson and her team tackle significant issues such as chronic student absenteeism and teacher shortages, they require the support of the business community. If you share my belief that education is a key to unlocking Tulsa's promise, it is essential for us to unite and advocate for the continued local control of public schools. Be vocal for local, yes. Let's show them our support. One of the ways in which Tulsa Regional Chamber is supporting our local students is through the Tulsa's Next Gen Talent Program. This year will mark the fourth cohort for TNT, as it's known, which is designed to increase economic mobility and development for diverse talent in our region. The program was created as part of the Chamber-led Tulsa's Future Regional Economic Development Partnership, and it has grown each year. As you heard in the recap video, the 2023 cohort of 33 Black high school juniors and seniors from TPS and other regional public schools gained experience at 17 companies, nonprofits, and educational institutions. A number of you in the room today have hosted TNT externs either last year or since the program started in 2021. If so, you know what an incredibly rewarding experience it can be for you and a student. If you've not hosted an extern, but see the value in helping connect with and foster our next generation of workers, I encourage you to host an extern in 2024. For more information or to sign up, scan the Tulsa's Next Gen Talent on the QR code in your program after today's event. Let me now move on to the second key, engagement. Many of us in the room today run or work for successful businesses. I'm here to tell you that's wonderful, but it's not enough. Beyond our businesses and current circles, we must find new and creative ways to engage with one another and our neighbors to unlock Tulsa's promise more fully. One of the main ways I engage, no surprise to you, is through the Tulsa Regional Chamber. I've served on the Chamber Board for a decade, and in that time, I've held many different volunteer roles, including government affairs, resource development, communications, community development, and education. Going in, I wasn't an expert in any of those areas, but I learned a great deal along the way, and I like to think I helped some as well. The point is, I got involved and I stayed involved. We all need to be involved, and there's no shortage of opportunities. One such initiative that's recently been announced is the Adopt a Precinct program. Last October, Tulsa Regional Chamber partnered with Tulsa County, two major political parties, the election board, to create the Adopt a Precinct initiative. You may not realize this, but a shortage of poll workers is jeopardizing Tulsa's ability to properly hold elections. And I think we're all aware that 2024 is a major election year. For things to run smoothly, Tulsa County has 251 precincts that must be staffed with a minimum of 3 election officials each. People who have previously volunteered are aging out of the role, and finding replacements is proving to be difficult. To ensure free and fair elections can continue in Tulsa County, we must have a sufficient number of poll workers and precinct officials. This is where you come in. Adopt a Precinct encourages business leaders such as yourselves to take an active role in promoting civic engagement. How can you help? By providing your employees with paid leave to serve as much-needed poll workers on election days. If you're a business leader, I strongly urge you to consider participation in this program. The Tulsa Regional Chamber's already signed up to participate, and by encouraging your employees to take an active role in civic duties, we're not only fulfilling staffing needs, but we're also inspiring a new generation of Tulsans to actively participate in the democratic process. To sign up, go to the poll worker portal on the Tulsa County Election Board website, or scan the poll worker QR code on the program after today's event. Engagement also extends to learning from others. The Chamber's annual inner-city visit provides a unique opportunity to exchange best practices with peer cities, helping us evolve and innovate. By staying engaged and involved, we strengthen the fabric of our communities and unlock new possibilities. Past trips to cities such as Denver, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, and Nashville have focused on topics ranging from downtown development and tourism to housing and public art, and have inspired next-level placemaking actions right here in Tulsa. Last October, 100 of us went to Austin, and we learned a great deal, especially about their approach to homelessness. In October of this year, we will be heading to the Motor City to explore firsthand how Detroit is overcoming challenges and experiencing a revitalization. If you've never been part of an inner-city visit, I strongly encourage you to consider joining fellow business leaders, elected officials, educational administrators, young professionals, and regional partners in Detroit. All the cool kids are going. This will be the Chamber's 15th inner-city visit, and I guarantee it will be an engaging opportunity. Registration will open soon, so look out more for information about that trip, and watch for other local engagement opportunities. Contrary to what our friend Mike Neal might tell you, these opportunities do not always have to be with the Chamber. There are dozens and dozens of great organizations doing tremendous work across our region. Take a look around, find one that speaks to you, and then make it a point to speak to them. Last, but absolutely not least, the third key to unlocking Tulsa's full promise is equity. By equity, I mean fostering an inclusive atmosphere and ecosystem so anyone coming to Tulsa can create the life they want. In a just, fair, and inclusive region, all businesses can flourish, everyone finds community, and those who will visit want to come back. We must be an equitable city and a welcoming region. During the past several years, a great deal of focus has been placed on our region's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. The Chamber's helped lead the charge, as has the City of Tulsa and many others. We have made progress. For example, among the participants in the latest Mosaic Inclusive Workplace Index, 96% reported that diversity, equity, and inclusion is a stated organizational value. Of course, much work remains. Among other things, being equitable means it is essential to appreciate and acknowledge the valuable contributions made by diverse populations, including our indigenous communities. Beyond a doubt, our region benefits tremendously, both financially and culturally, from the tribal populations within Oklahoma. I myself am a proud Cherokee Nation citizen. Having been involved with the Chamber as long as I have, and I'm perhaps more aware than most just how much the tribal nations contribute to our economy. Our region is home to 3 of the largest and most influential tribal nations in the country: the Cherokee Nation, the Muskogee Nation, and the Osage Nation. These tribal nations have long been vital partners to the work of the Chamber and have made significant contributions to economic prosperity across our region. The positive economic impact of regional tribal partners cannot be overstated. And while each of these nations support critical work in Northeast Oklahoma, the Cherokee, Muskogee, and Osage Nations have been especially integral to the Chamber's economic development efforts and pandemic relief, and our state's tourism industry. The Tulsa Regional Chamber collaborates with the City of Tulsa, Tulsa County, over 200 private investors, as well as regional and tribal partners. And together, we are advancing economic prosperity in Tulsa and Northeast Oklahoma through Tulsa's Future, our regional economic development partnership. Through their support of Tulsa's Future, the tribal nations have been key participants in all phases of our region's most historic economic development projects. Transformative projects like Macy's, Sofidel, and Amazon simply would not be possible without tribal support. Tribal participation from initial proposal to site selection to post-groundbreaking talent recruitment has given the Tulsa region a competitive advantage among peer cities across the country. We win because the tribal nations work with us. To highlight their contributions, I'm excited to announce today a new Chamber signature event, the State of Tribal Nations. This event will provide our tribal partners a platform to discuss their work on behalf of our region, fostering collaboration and understanding. Make plans now to join us on April 18th for this new event. To register or for more information on sponsoring this event, scan the Tribal Nations QR code on your program after today's event. One word I know you'll hear repeatedly at the State of Tribal Nations is collaboration. Undoubtedly, the key to our collective success lies in collaboration. We must continue to look for every opportunity to work together across our region and to address challenges by fostering cooperation and achieving mutual success. Thanks to the visibility of high-profile projects such as the motion picture Killers of the Flower Moon and Sterling Harjo's series Reservation Dogs, the eyes of the world are increasingly on us. Let's show the world how far we have come and how well we work together. In conclusion, unlocking Tulsa's promise requires collective action. Each one of us as leaders and contributors to our community holds a key to open the doors of opportunity and progress. By focusing on education, engagement, and equity, we can unlock the true potential of Tulsa and create a city that thrives for generations to come. Thank you for your commitment to Tulsa's promise, and together, let's make our city a shining example of what is possible when we unlock its potential. Thank you. As you leave today, please take the custom centerpieces on each table. My hope is that those will serve as a reminder of all the great things you have seen and heard here today. And to read more about our region's recent successes, be sure to check out the Chamber's 2023 annual report. You guessed it, scan the QR code in your program. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are adjourned.